Okay, so it's going to be a quick one of my little day in the life of ones again. And I thought I'd do this. I do need to do a proper review of it. And this is, of course, Kilian Straight to Heaven. Comes in the beautiful coffret. And it has its own coffret. Straight to Heaven Extreme. Probably because it's a special edition in it. Obviously, if you've never seen one of these boxes before, they're kind of plastic wood, I think. You get a nice little key, and this one has a gold key. Not that it makes any difference. And they do lock. See? But yes, and it obviously has the writing is in gold on this one, which it isn't on the others. It's still locked. Hang on. And it's still locked. Doing this really smoothly out. There we are. It's unlocked now. And it sits in a gorgeous black plush velvety lining. Now, which is impossible to get the bottom out of. Right, there we are. As you can see, it's much like your normal Kilian bottles, except it's gold. It's got the K on the top there, and obviously it's got a gold plaque, and the writing is gold on it. I think this is the 2019 version. So let's get into it. Right. So we'll spray on my hand. I'll give myself a spray. Okay. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now, straight away, what you get in the opening with this is you get that the original DNA is most definitely there from the off. That patchouli and the rum and is it cedar? It's very very strong, and you get the patchouli is quite prominent, like it is in the original. It's quite an earthy patchouli, and the way it mixes with the cedar is quite nice, and the rum's over it. But the difference between this and the original in the opening is this is a lot richer. It's also a lot sweeter. I think the rum's a bit sweeter. Oh, and it's smoother. If you get what I mean, it's got all that original DNA in it, but the Straight to Heaven isn't quite as smooth, and I think that's what I struggle with so much. The patchouli's quite rough and rugged. Not rough and rugged. I mean, it's Kilian fragrance, but you know what I mean. So I will come back before I set off out. Alright, so just before I go off out, we're talking, I don't know, about 10-15 minutes it takes me to get dressed or whatever. It's not, now I know obviously I've worn this before, it doesn't change massively, but what I'd say is, it's much creamier, than the original, that is, and smoother. This is like, it does have that kind of rum cellar kind of smell to it. Well, you know, boozy cellar. And it's just much, what I'd say the main difference initially early on with this is there's more vanilla, there's more, it's, gourmand is not the right word, but it's just smoother, and that patchouli and the cedar and that are just a little bit kind of rounded off, more so than in the original. It is absolutely gorgeous, and also there's a nice little hint of spice and whatever. There's no point me going into every single note that's there, because I don't smell it, don't really smell it, but yes, it's very smooth and very beautiful. So yeah, excuse it's very windy and it's gone very dark and gloomy, but what's it like now? To be honest, there's not much point me keep coming back a lot with this one. It's much the same. I think we're about 45 minutes or so in. Yeah, it's very smooth. It's very boozy again. It is like I said in the other image. It is like one of them warm evenings, you know, where you sat in a beer garden and the tables have been kind of baking in the sun. And you're getting that lovely, sweet, sticky whiffs of all that gorgeous booze coming out of the woods. The patchouli is there more now, but again, it's a smoother patchouli. It's an earthy patchouli. It's not a sweet patchouli, but it's much more classily done than say in the original. And the rum is quite magical. Now, there's no point me keep coming backwards and forwards. I will come back after a couple of hours just to say where it's at on my skin, and then obviously a little conclusion again. Okay, as you can see, the sun's gone down, so it's been a bit longer than I'd anticipated. Probably, I don't know, maybe 4 hours or something. You can still smell it, and it is. I wouldn't. Is it the same? Yeah, pretty much. But it's not one of them fragrances that needs a lot of development. It's got a bit more vanillic, a bit more kind of richer with the rum, like you'd expect. And now the woods are very much, the cedar and whatever the woods are very much there, and it is. It's still quite gorgeous. I still get a little bit of a cloud around me, but not I wouldn't say obviously it's not beasting out. It's not that sort of fragrance. It is, like I say, it is very much a classy kind of fragrance. This is the fragrance. I keep referring to bars, but I think if you watch one of Clemence's videos, it's what she'd say about a man would drive a vavavoom. I don't know, she did say vavavoom, but you know what I mean. It made her weak at the knees, and I think this one, for me anyway, steps it up a bit. Maybe not for people who like a more earthy one, the original, I'll go for that, but this with its kind of sweeter, is it more mature? That's an interesting question. Although it's sweeter and more smoother, I suppose the Straight to Heaven would be Clemence's sexy man in his skinny jeans, looking very smooth with his little wedged beard and black slick back hair. Whereas I think Straight to Heaven Extreme is probably a bit more of a silver fox in a suit. You know, a black three-piece suit with a nice white shirt, and he's got the little silver flecks through his hair. And I think that's what Straight to Heaven Extreme is. Maybe it's why I bond with it a bit more. It is just gorgeous, and it isn't wildly different, like I keep saying, but there's something about this one that makes it so much more wearable to me. And I can't really. I've tried with the original, but it just doesn't. It's too rough and earthy on me. And this one solves all of that. So yeah, I'll come back with a conclusion in a bit, although I've pretty much done that. I better get home before it's dark, really. But thank you. Okay, so the little conclusion of this little beauty, it has been, oh God, some hours, I don't know, 9, maybe more hours, just about still with it round me, just off the skin. It's definitely still strong on the skin though. Hasn't really changed much again. I mean, it doesn't. There's some nice musks coming through now, and it's got it's even maybe even the patchouli's gone a little bit chocolatey. Not really, just sweeter if you get what I mean, with the vanilla, and the booziness is still kind of there over the top. So it's still there and it's still beautiful. So in conclusion with this one, well, it's a gorgeous fragrance. It is obviously it's a limited edition one, so it's quite a bit more expensive. Whether it's worth the money or not is up to the individual. I love it. I think it's fantastic. For me, I couldn't get on with the original. This is a good alternative. It is perhaps a more luxurious version, and it smells more luxurious. Like I say, this is a very much more of a chill out fragrance, kind of sitting quietly in a bar, maybe snuggled up on a set sofa, going to a sort of more formal drinking occasion as well as a kind of date night one. Whereas the original is perhaps more your party, not party, but more of a lively evening fragrance. And that's all I've got to say about it, really. Have you tried this one? What's your favourite from the two? What's your favourite boozy, Kilian? I think of the kind of darker, kind of rum, brandy ones, etc. This one, obviously, I think my favourite kind of boozy one from the range is probably Moonlight in Heaven, actually, which is a white rum, kind of tropically one. Playing with the Devil also, obviously, I really love as well. But that's it. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye.